Yo, it's New Rage. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this beat. Alright, so as you can see, I bounced the first melody, but as you can see, I used the Georgie Horizon key. So if we just solo that up here, it sounds like this. So I kept the MIDI, so this is what it plays, which doesn't really sound like the melody. So I'm just gonna improvise on what I think I did. Just add some EQ to put there, some Valhalla vintage verb. Make the size low, the mix pretty high, and the pre-delay like this, until I get more of a smooth, not as much plucky noise. So I go from this to this. I will create a new MIDI track, copy it in here. We're gonna freeze this MIDI track that has the Horizon key on it. Alright, we're gonna flatten it. Then we're going to turn this to complex, turn it up 12 semitones, and we're gonna reverse it, and we get this. So I mean, I think that sounds pretty close to the original. Just take away more the bass frequencies in the mid. So like this. There we go, it's pretty much identical. So that's how I did that for the second bar, and this is the Georgie Jewel Bell, and that sounds like this. So this is what it sounds like. So I kept the effects on this one, I didn't bounce it. So first off, we have an imager, just to make it more mono, because obviously without it, it seems to be pretty big. So the next thing I added was Valhalla vintage verb. These are my settings for it. Just pretty much the same as the main melody, just a little bit less mix on this one. Then a little EQ and one last fab filter to take out an annoying frequency using the dynamic EQ. So later in the verse section, I have a modular chord that sounds like this. So this is an Ableton preset, and I have these settings on it: basic stuff and EQ, chorus with 27% dry wet ratio, and an imager to make it a little bit wider. Then I added this bright marimba, which again is an Ableton Live preset. It sounds like this. So altogether these melodies sound like this. So now onto the drums. First thing I did was I added the Foreign Tech bear clap, which I use this in like 90% of my beats, my go-to clap. And then I used the trippy hi-hat 3, which again, go-to hi-hat. So together those sound like this. And with the loop. So next I added the Let It Go 808 from the Pierreborn Drum Kit 2019. Sounds like that originally. It's really just the Metro 808. I added a little bit of distortion, but then I bounced it and just added this basic EQ around the 100 frequency range just to clear up the mix a little bit. And all together it sounds like this. And with the loop. So next thing I added was this kick. This is the alley kick from the Rock 2020 drum kit, and so all that sounds like this. So I did a little stutter here, so a little just to add a little bit of bounce and variation. So the last thing I added was an 808 switch up to a respace. So that sounds like this. And I also added it with the kick later in the verse. Alright, so that's everything for this beat. Let's move on to another beat and check that one out.
See that bitch, then reload it, load it. Yeah, nigga told that shit, but you don't told it. Holy moly, bitch, I just bought a rollie for that fucking bitch. Holy shit, she gon' suck my dick and she gon' take my kids. You know I'm rich. Hop up in that private jet for fun. You can't get like this, mad cause you broke. You a bum, you a bum. That nigga gon' tell that shit, but we roll